When you met JJ Dillon with Giant Gonzales to come to WWE, did JJ promise you guys anything?
Vince said you're going to make way more money than you did at WCW. Way. I remember him saying you make way more money. So when I called JJ to say, JJ, we're available. We're calling you to see what our options are. If you're interested in the tallest athlete on the planet, and me as a referee, we're a package deal because he needs a handler, he needs a personal assistant. And JJ said, Fonzie, let me get back with you. I'm going to talk to Vince about it, and I'll call you back. So he hung up. 10 minutes later, the phone rings. JJ Dillon, he says, Vince is very interested. Can you guys fly up tomorrow for a meeting? I said, yes, we can fly up tomorrow. So he flew us up. Instead of going to Titan Towers, the WWF office, we go to the limousine, takes us right to Vince's house, the $1 million, the multi-million-dollar freaking beautiful mansion. There's Vince in a suit with his tennis shoes, beautiful. And me and the Giant walked in. He said, oh, Giant, oh. Vince is real animated and loud. He loves the Giant because he's so big, man. He amazed me every day. When I looked at this guy every day for 3 years, there's not a day went by where I didn't say, damn, what a God's gift. You know what I mean? What a special creature this guy is, 8-foot giant. Actually, he was 7'9" or something. We built him as 8 foot. And they promised us way more money. We end up making really good bank. I forget it. I don't know what the guy thinks JJ offered me, but does he say he just offered us more money?
No, he just wanted to know what the offer was. Like, if sometimes you'll say you're going to be a future champion or something like that.
No, they just said you're going to make way more money than you did. He asked the Giant, how much money did you make in WCW? He said, well, I made $350 the first year. The second year, I was promised $450. The third year, $500, whatever. And Vince said, oh, you can make way more money than that. And we ended up doing really well until the Giant started getting a little sick and his knees were giving out. He's a giant. And, he's ended up turning diabetic. And the Giants don't live long. Andre died at the age of 43. And Giant Gonzalez died, in his early 40s.
I've heard Harvey Whippleman say he was giving Giant Gonzalez money towards the end of his life. Harvey doesn't seem like the type to me that would be so charitable. Do you believe that?
No. Why would Harvey Whippleman send money to Argentina? And he lived a long time after he left WCW. After he left WWF, he went back to Argentina, and he didn't get really sick until years later, and then he died, of course. But I don't see that. Why, and I was in constant contact with Giant Gonzalez. He never told me, and he saved his money. Giant Gonzalez was very frugal with his money, very smart with his money, and he made money. He made big money, so he didn't need a handout from Harvey Whippleman. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Harvey Whippleman's got a big heart that I don't know about. He might have sent the money, but I don't. Why would he send the money? Giant had plenty of money.
Somebody told me a story that you had to warm up one of his groupies at one point.
She wasn't a groupie. Well, he met her at. Well, listen. He had the Giant's disease. And like Andre, God bless Andre. When he gets the Giant's disease, the bones keep growing. The skull gets big and the jaws and everything keeps growing. Well, his didn't start fully, so he was actually a good-looking kid. He was just big. So we'd go to the mall, and we'd have housewives following us around. So we're at a Marriott in California, and it was very usual for him to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Fonzie, I'm a little hungry. Would you mind going to get me 8 In-N-Out burgers? Of course, Giant. That's my job. Yeah, of course, no problem. So he calls me up. I go down to his room. I got a door. He answers. He's naked. I said, Giant, what are you doing naked? Answering the door. He says, Fonzie, I got a problem. I said, what is it? So he opens the door a little bit more. There's a beautiful blonde. I mean, stunning, like Sunny. Remember Sunny from the manager? And like Pamela Ann, she's blonde, beautiful. And she's naked, laying in the bed. I said, wow, it was crazy. I said, what's the problem? He says, well, my fucking shit is too, can I cuss? Of course. He said, my junk is too fat. I can't get it inside her. Would you mind warming her up for me? And after you get it warmed up and loosen up, you leave and I'll start. And I said, I got embarrassed, but the girl says, please, Fonzie, help us. Please, Fonzie. It was the craziest thing I ever seen, brother. And I warmed her up for Giant Gonzales. That was my job that night, to warm up a girl for the largest athlete on the planet. It's pretty cool.
We never really saw the other side of him because there was no internet back then, and they kept it pretty kayfabe. What was he like as a person?
He was just like me and you, brother. He was just big as hell. He was pretty cool. He was a jokester. He was kind of shy a little bit because he was always stared at, gawked at, and he was a little people shy because of that. But when we were traveling together, we had a ball, man. We would do all kind of stuff together. Like, for instance, we worked for Ted Turner in Atlanta, and in the early 90s, the Atlanta Braves, the baseball team, was doing spectacular. They were winning World Series and shit. So Ted Turner would have the Giant go sit in Ted Turner's box, like where him and Jimmy Carter would sit, the president of the United States, for the commentator to say, hey, the Braves are doing so good. Oh, they pan over to the Giant. Even the Braves are bringing out the Giant. So I was getting all kind of perks like that, hanging out with the Giant. And he was spectacular, man. You would have loved him if you ever met him, Daddy.
As far as that Thunder in Paradise appearance that he did with Hulk Hogan, were you with him when he did that?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I got a picture. I'd rather show you. Okay, where's that at? Dope ass picture. Come on, Fonzie. Oh, here it is. So, Thunder in Paradise was cool. I was in the pilot, but I was playing volleyball on the beach. I didn't have any part, you know what I mean? I was just a fill-in. But look at this picture. I'm not short at all. I'm 5'10". Hulk Hogan's definitely not short. He's 6'4" or 5", whatever he is. Look how big this guy is, man. He was massive. So, yeah, this was on the set of Thunder in Paradise.
That's pretty cool. I remember that show with Giant Gonzales in it, and I thought that was a good show. Did you get laid by any of the beach girls on that set?
Yeah, unfortunately, no. But Carol Alt, who was a supermodel and still a big superstar, she was on it. She was stunningly beautiful. I became friends with her, but she's happily married and all that. But I did get my share of action hanging out with the Giant. You know what I mean? Pretty cool.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter @the Hannibal TV for instant updates.